One of the best ways that you can become an even better entrepreneur is to learn more. You know, it's continuous learning and it's fun. For those of us who like learning, we're reading regularly, we're listening to good quality information that's going to help give us a competitive advantage. And this is what we're going to talk about in this video. It's going to help you a lot with AI. Hi, I'm Terry Brock. We're with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, helping you to build your business and get the goals that you want achieved, to achieve the freedom that you want. We like to talk about the live and let live philosophy. Do anything you want to do, just don't harm others. Don't take their stuff. We call it the non-aggression principle. The idea of you don't initiate force or coercion against someone, but learning and growing is very peaceful. If it's peaceful, hey, that's a good thing. We like that. And I want to show you a technique that you can use on ChatGPT and Perplexity. Particularly, we're going to do it with Perplexity on this video. Show you what you can do to listen to some of the greatest books of all time for no additional charge. If you're already paying that $20 a month for Perplexity, or the $100 a year, $200 a year that it is, you're in good shape. You're doing this with ChatGPT, same thing. I want to show you exactly how to do it and let you see the kind of magic that's going to happen with it and how you'll be able to do it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you specifically how to do this. Because, you know, when you think about it for a moment, when you've got a few scraps of time, for instance, I was making breakfast and my lunch today, and I always like to listen to something that's good and educational. I'll often listen to YouTube, going to the University of YouTube, or we'll listen to podcasts or something like that. But hey, what if you could listen to some really good books in a condensed form? So you get a mini summary of it real easily. Well, you can write a prompt that is help you to get a summary of that book that you're hearing about or you've been wanting to read. You can now get that, and you can hear it and you can read it, doing both. And again, this is all for no extra charge. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to use my iPhone. I'm using an iPhone 13 mini, which I love. I'm recording this on my MacBook Pro using Zoom. Those are the technologies that we're using. Real simple. And as you know, once you've got those, there's really very little, if any, marginal cost. So fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. So here we are. I'm looking at my iPhone over here. Matter of fact, got it right here by me. Side here, I put it up. When I showed up over here, it doesn't pick up as well. Yeah, there we are. Put it over here, and you can see it just like it is. There it is. Got it sitting over here, and you can see what's on the screen as you look at it right there. I've got it set up so that, hey, I can see what this is doing, where it is, and how it's set up. So I'm looking at various stories. And one I want to show you right now is a book that I've got called The Magic of Thinking Big. You might have heard of that book. It's a classic by David Schwartz, who, by the way, was a man I got a chance to meet. He's no longer with us now, but he wrote that book. I recommend it strongly. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. I happen to be a newly minted, or at the time, newly inducted, I should say, student candidate for the MBA at Georgia State University. David Schwartz, who wrote The Magic of Thinking Big, was the head of the marketing department there at that time. So I didn't have a class with him, but I did get a chance to sit in on his office one day for some office hours. And I wanted to share what we can do with this book and watch the techniques we have here. What I'm going to do is I see we've got this now. I've done this already. It gave me a complete summary of that book. I just sat here and I put a prompt together that said, as you can see right here, give me a summary of the book, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. I want it in 20 paragraphs or less, and highlight the parts of the book that are most quoted. So in other words, if a lot of people have been saying this a lot, I want those AI bots to track it down, find out what's been quoted more, and give that to me. Give me the best of the best. And then what it did, there's the text. Now, this is fabulous just by itself, all this text. But what gets even more fabulouser, is that a word? I don't think so. But we'll just between you and me, we'll have some fun with this here. More fabulouser, you'll see that it's got here. Then see, we got the pro search, it's got the answer right here. And notice what it shows me with the answer. And just to the right of that, you'll see a little arrow that's pointing for the play sign, and we're going to start it. And when I want to hear this, this is what it tells me. When I listen to it and ask it, I want you to watch this.
Here's a summary of the key ideas and most quoted parts from The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. The Magic of Thinking Big, first published in 1959, is a self-help classic that provides practical methods for getting the most out of your job, marriage, family life, and community. The core premise is that
Okay, now notice what I just did there. Something that I have not been able to do in ChatGPT. You might be able to later on, they might. I just tapped it so it could pause. Sometimes you need to do that. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm in the kitchen, I'm making breakfast or lunch or whatever I'm going to do. And then Gina, my fiance, comes in and she has a question. I want to hear what she has to say. I don't want to stop this and start over. I want to be able to pause it. That's pretty reasonable. Couldn't find a way to do that in ChatGPT, but with Perplexity, we can. Perplexity gives you the ability to do that. So you see, I pause, and now I can roll around here. If I go, oh, what did he say on that? Or what was that word? Or what was that phrase? Go back and look at it again so that I can understand what's happening with it. It gives me the ability to do that. And also, I want you to notice something else. It gives a little more emotion and
Key to
inflection.
success lies not in innate talent or intelligence, but in how you think. As Schwartz states, belief triggers the power to do. Some of the most quoted lines that capture this theme include,
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there and leave this for you to look at. But look what we've just done. We've now got this so that I've got the full summary here. It's not the book, the whole book. This is just a summary of some of the most important parts that anyone would want to listen to and want to know about. So if you've got a book out there that you want to say, hey, I need to learn this book, I need to learn it, find out about it, what it can do for me, then you'll be able to start using a tool like this to be able to capture the information, listen to it, and be able to get real results for you. When you're reading and listening at the same time, psychologists tell us that you're able to learn even more in many circumstances. Many of us have a predilection toward one, there's a good word, predilection toward one or the other. You like to hear things or you like to read them. I like to probably read more than I like to hear, but I love listening. When I'm in the car, when I'm putting things together, I want to listen to the University of YouTube. I'll go there. And I want to go to good books that are out there. Some audio books that are good. I like those. Podcasts. I love the podcast, and we've got a podcast here as well. And for those of you that catch us on podcasts, we really appreciate that. And it's Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Shameless plug there. You can go over and listen to that on there. But think about what you can do now. You can get this summary. What I did is I used that quote to get the magic of thinking big. So start thinking about this. What if you had that book? We probably do. You're an entrepreneur. You know how we need to grow. We need to keep learning all the time. Well, that book you've been meaning to read for a while, you've heard about, or you got it over there on your shelf and you haven't gotten around to it. Or maybe it's an old buddy that you read years ago and that book you haven't done for a while. Wouldn't it be nice to go back and get a refresher on it? Get the top 30, top 40, top 50 paragraphs of what is most important from that book and let Perplexity, let ChatGPT. I'm using Perplexity Pro plan, so I tap into Claude 3, which gives me the ability to do a lot with that. Using Claude 3, and I'm using their Opus version, which gives me the ability to have the highest level. I get a chance to find out about some of the best things going on by listening and learning. So I'm encouraging you to use this tool, get this information, see how you can make it work in your own life, for your own business. If you're, as me, I'm a professional speaker, I'm often speaking to many different groups. I want to find out what's really relevant in their world, what they need to know, what they're doing, and find out how I can make that relevant to them. Well, now with ChatGPT, with Perplexity, and particularly Perplexity with Claude Opus from 3, Claude 3 Opus, I can get that kind of information pretty easily. So this is something that has a world of opportunities for you. One of the things we talk about is earning and learning. Well, now with this, you can earn and learn while you're working with it, being able to get out there, start increasing your earnings because you're learning additional valuable information. Well, this is real good. I like it, but I've got some recommendations I would give to the wonderful developers that are working on Perplexity, on ChatGPT, and other tools out there. We love what this can do. Work with that. Keep it going. It would be nice, though, if we could adjust the speed. That's something that's good. I like to take the speed and crank it up just a little bit. I think that helps us also. Psychologists who are way, way smarter than me in this thing. I'm not a psychologist at all. We did not study much of that when I was in business school. It was a different thing. But what we did is we learned how to learn, and that is good. What you want to do is be able to listen at a faster speed, and sometimes that makes your mind a little bit more alert to find out what's going on. Your brain has to kind of lean forward on that one to say, hey, what's happening here? So this will be something really good. I'd like to see you developers out there, you wonderful people that help us so much, see about if you can adjust the speed. Come on, we know you can do it somehow, but just blend that in there in a future version. Oh, and for my buddies over at ChatGPT, at Omni AI, and what you're doing, Open AI, I should say, because we got Omni now and the GPT 4.0, O as in Omni. This is phenomenal. You keep doing great things for us. It'd be nice if you gave us a pause button. Give us a pause button. Give us the ability to adjust the speed so that I can make it real fast. Or also, I want to make it even slower than 1.0. The reason? We can get some books on this that are going to help us learn languages. I'm studying Spanish right now and doing some Russian as well. So I like to hear the words said very carefully and slowly when I'm learning it. You need it that way. Let's go for accuracy first, then momentum. Accuracy first, then momentum. When we do it that way in learning languages, it'd be good. So there's Terry's wish list. Some of the things I'd like to see on there. Let us adjust the speed faster, up to 2, 3, maybe 4x. That'd be nice. Usually around 1.5 to 2 is good, but give us up to 4. And let us take it down below 1, maybe down to a 0.5 for language learning. Things like that would be really good. Then secondly, see if you can give us a pause button. Pause away, we can go pause. Now we got that already in Perplexity. We like it. That's really, really good. So you see if we can put those things in there, it'd be really, really helpful for us. And we'd love to help you be able to learn about these kind of tools and others to grow your business. Come on over and see us at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. That's starkravingentrepreneurs.com. Come on over, take a peek, and we've got courses that are available for you. We have some that are free for the public. We got others that are for our members who are now part of the system learning, and they're gaining a lot. We talk about AI extensively, how you can use it for relationship marketing, using AI to build relationships with people using the very best of that. And any other way we can help you out, you can get in touch with us over there at starkravingentrepreneurs.com. I'm Terry Brock. Thank you very much for joining us.